questions.
Just obviously, it's a great game. Both teams played really well. A lot of strikeouts. I think they struck us out 14 times maybe, and we struck them out 12. And pitchers did a good job of getting out of jams. And it was, as a coach, you sit in the dugout and you try to figure out how are we going to score a run, or how's this going to go, and you almost think it's going to be a mistake, it's going to be an error. And we felt really fortunate that we had a runner on first with one out, and some guys that were confident coming into the plate. I just felt like that White had swung the bat well all night. He lined out to short. I just felt good about him getting a hit. I didn't know he was going to hit a double, but I liked the matchup there. But it was just a great game, and I don't know, just really proud of the team, the way they fought. I thought our young pitchers did a great job. Think about Christian Fouch coming in there throwing the ball almost 100 miles an hour. Had a little sink through one splitter, a couple splitters, maybe got a strikeout on one, and brought in Gackle there. I thought he was amazing. And then Hewlett got the one hitter we wanted him to get, and he got him. And then obviously we found a way to win. It's really hard to win in this league. It's every win is, that you can get early, takes a lot of pressure off yourself the second half. And LSU is a really good team. But we found a way tonight. And I thought the crowd was amazing. The environment was amazing. And, we played clean baseball again. We really didn't kick it around. We didn't give them anything. And, good win for our team.
Yeah, Dave, what do you see specifically on White's at bat, the game winner?
Well, he jumped the first pitch and smoked it down the line. I think I saw what everybody else saw. He was really aggressive. He was looking for a pitch, and he got it. It's kind of a fastball in. He turned on it. White was playing on the line, but it was hit so hard, and it was right down the line. He had been standing on the bag almost to make that play. And then it looked like the outfielder, he got the ball back in pretty quick, but I think he had a little trouble picking it up. And, Coach Thompson did a great job just sending it. You got to take a shot. And, Edmondson kind of goes unseen, but he did a great job turning up that base. He hit that base, and he didn't get wide at all. He made the cut. We've been talking about that and working on that, and how everything matters. Everything matters in the games that are close. All the little things matter in the close games. The games you win by 4 or 5 runs, you don't talk about some things, but in the close games, it'll usually get you if you don't do things right. And he came around third hard, hit the inside of the bag, pushed off, and turned it up, and probably saved him a step or two. And he made it easy.
And that was your 16th straight home win. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't know that. You're good with those stats, Bob. You know it. It's unbelievable, really. It's hard to win. It's hard to win in this league, whether you're at home or on the road. So we played 5 games at home in league play, and we've been fortunate enough to win. We've won some close wins. And last night was a tough win. Tonight was even tougher. And the crowd, they were awesome. It was fun watching them line up today to get in, and they filled it up on a Friday night because Saturday is usually our biggest day. So looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow.
Coach, all 3 RBIs in the 4th or 5th, whatever. When you guys scored the 3 runs off Holman, came with 2 strikes. How important was it to kind of get those timely hits and really get that pitch count and make him work there in that inning?
One of our goals tonight was to get his pitch count up, and we did a good job. After the first inning, it didn't look like it was going to happen, but after that, we fouled a lot off. He got wild, gave us a couple of 4-pitch walks, kind of unusual. But the 2 strike hits, those are tough on a defense. Just you're right there. Pitcher's about ready to get him out, get you out. Pitcher gets frustrated, but Wilmsmeyer double over the first baseman was that was just a great piece of hitting because he had taken a couple of swings that weren't real good. It didn't look like he was going to get it. get the barrel of the ball like he did. And, that was a big swing for us because we were down a couple runs at the time. And, next thing you know, we climb back in it and, there we go.
Fouch coming in with the bases loaded. I mean, another high leverage situation, and then you have another arm that's kind of capable. Just how good was that to see?
Yeah. So Christian, we haven't used him a lot this year. Last year we didn't have as deep a pitching staff. He got a lot of experience. Some of it wasn't fun experience for him, but he's been working on a few things, changed the grip, got a little more sink. He got him a double play ball, a couple ground balls, and that's a little bit of what's going on. He's throwing strikes in the upper 90s. It's really good to see because we need him, and he's a tough kid. He's going to throw 101 one day, but it might be next week. But he's got a really good arm, bright future, and we needed to get him in a game like this and have him have success, and that's going to really boost his confidence. And obviously, we're going to gain confidence in him. And we've got another guy or two that we're trying to get in there, and probably going to have to pitch him tomorrow because we need to and we want to. But we're just trying to make that bullpen as deep as we can, and that's a good piece right there. Getting Fouch going a little bit.
So Gabe Glenn went 2 2/3 innings, scoreless, only allowed 2 hits and 3 strikeouts, and he was coming up. I mean, as a freshman, he was coming up against a pretty talented team.
Yeah, he was.
LSU #8, great lineup. How do you think he handled things? How do you think he handled things tonight?
I thought he was really good, and came close to getting a couple more strikeouts. We give LSU credit; they put the bat on the ball, and he made some pitches that were, I guess, just off the plate to his glove side. But I like the way he was commanding his fastball, mixed in a few breaking balls, and just did a tremendous job. And he threw twice last week against Auburn. First time he was lights out. He got the save in a 1-0 game on a Thursday night, opened the series. I think that's what it was. And then we used him again, and it wasn't as good. But we're learning our guys a little bit. They're kind of showing us what we need to do. But that was a tough situation to come in. And then, him getting us through the 10th was almost through the 10th. And then it was finished up by Hewlett was obviously huge because, we had a chance to hit with a chance to win, and we did.
Did you consider bunting Stovall over in the 9th?
Not really. Ben's one of our best hitters. He's really good against left-handed pitching. If I bunt him over, they're probably going to walk the next 2 guys. Then you got a double play set up. You're a little farther down the lineup, and Ben's hit 2-hole, 3-hole, 4-hole, and I thought if I bunted him over, he's going to walk 3 and 4, and then we got 5. And it might have worked, it might not have. He was frustrated that he didn't get him over, but team picked him up the next inning.
Yeah, Hewlett's kind of the vulture. He swoops in and got 2 wins. They're getting 2 outs, but like I say, those are big outs. I mean, you're asking him to go and get lefties, and he's doing it. I mean, just what do you thought about him? And limited work, but
I mean, that's his job. Come in and get a lefty. He can do it 3 times on a weekend. It doesn't bother him a bit. He got 1 or 2 outs last night. And he got a save, and then tonight he got 1 out and he got a win. So good for him. But that's his role. He's known it since we recruited him. That you come here, this is what we're going to use you as, and he was all in.
What would you think of Molina's start?
I thought he was pretty good early. It almost seemed like the 4th inning, or make that the 5th inning, was his best inning. And, we tried to squeeze another inning out of him, but, he just all of a sudden it was over. He was wild, first 2 hitters. And, but I thought he threw the ball pretty good. That's a tough lineup to go through, a bunch of power hitting right-handers, throwing the lefty at him. He gave us a chance. And so, yeah, it wasn't his best outing, but it was a good outing.
With Gackle, I would assume at some point in his career, he's probably going to be a candidate to start some games. But how important do you think this high leverage situations that he's been going through as a freshman, coming out of the bullpen in these late inning situations, like how much do you think that is going to help his development for when he is on the mound starting
Well,
these games?
it's exactly what we did with Brady Tiger, did it with Smith. And I think it's got to help. I mean, all the experience pitching in front of big crowds, pitching in tough situations, pitching in this league. Yeah, I feel like he'll be a starter for us. He could be a starter this year, but we've got some guys. If we needed him to start, we could start him. He'll be a starter next year for sure. And that's what I see.
Hey, Coach, Payton Stovall, 3 of 5, a bunch of plays in the field. I remember you talking preseason, you didn't think you could find 3 better second basemen in the country. Just how important of a role does he continue to play for this team?
Big time. He's a really good defender, as you've seen. The more you get to watch him play, you're getting to see the real Payton Stovall that you didn't get to see last year because he had a messed up shoulder. It also took a lot away from his swing, hurting to swing. Now you're starting to see that pretty swing. It's powerful. He can hit the ball over your head all over the field, and he'll fight you with 2. And I mean, that was a beautiful swing there. And I think in the 9th when he hit the double, yeah, he had a great day all the way around. But defensive play, turn double play, diving play, flip play, tag play. He had a lot of action, and you can see how he attacks the baseball. He comes and gets it. He doesn't just sit back. And but he knows when to slow down a little bit. As far as move to the ball, break down, field it, or just come and get it. He's got a really good feel out there.
I touched on it a little bit earlier, but 11,000 plus 2 straight nights. Just how much of a lift is it when you have a fan base like this?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, if we had more seats, we'd have more people, but we don't. Maybe down the road, right? But it's I appreciate the players, appreciate it. We knew we were going to have great crowds this weekend. We're going to have great crowds next weekend because our fans come and watch us play on the weekends and do a pretty good job during the week too. But yeah, it was fun watching them file in, and I'm glad we got to send them home happy.
Coach, you mentioned Ben was cutting that bag at third. I guess I'm just wondering, how does one go about teaching that? And I guess on staff, who's in charge of doing drills like that?
Well, a lot of times when he's already, think of it, he's already hit second. So he's going full speed and he's got to make that turn. A lot of times you see guys hit that base and they kind of wander a little bit out a little too far out. And so you take one step that way, that means you got to take one step that way. That's 2 steps. You can cut it up. You save steps. And, I watched the replay, while I was getting my stuff to come up here, they showed it again, and he did a tremendous job of hitting that base and turning it up. And I mean, he just barely went off the dirt, which is almost impossible to do as hard as he was running. So, if he would have got out of whack a little bit, there's a good chance they get him.
And then your vantage point on the play in the 7th where Aloy got thrown out at home.
Yeah, that was just a great play by LSU. And honestly, I should have taken that play off, and we had it on the first pitch. It's just a safety. If he'd have bunted that one, but it was a ball, we score. If he'd have bunted that same bunt, it was a really good bunt. I saw him put on a play. I thought he's a really good bunter, as you see. I'm just going to make a play, and they did. I felt bad about it, but I'm glad the players came through and found a way to win the game anyway.
Holman entered the game with great numbers. You guys put 3 runs on him. He walked 5 batters. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he was a little more wild than he's been. He hadn't walked batters this year. He's really talented, really quick feet, picking. He's hard to run on. He controls the game, manages the game, and he's going to pitch for a long time. But we had some success tonight because we fouled off a lot of pitches. We took our walks, got his pitch count up, and you can see why he's probably their number 1 pitcher.
Is it any sweeter, beating their ace when your ace already went? I mean, just for the team, and the offense hasn't been hot all year, but they did a great job tonight against a really good pitcher.
Yeah, I feel like our offense has actually been a better offense in league play than maybe early in the season, and we're taking our walks. We're getting almost 8, 9, 10 hits a game. That's hard to hit in this league with this pitching. You know, I don't think we had a home run tonight, but I don't think anybody did they? That wind was brutal. Kendall would have hit a 3-run homer. They had one that might have gone out there, that the one that Braswell hit to right, hadn't been for the wind. But it's the way the game is. But we've hit the ball hard. I mean, we line out to left. Give them credit. They positioned that left fielder perfectly. He was back. They moved him up and over with 2 strikes, and behaved. He smoked that ball. I thought it was a base hit when he left, and then there he was. And as a shortstop in perfect position for Diggs. I thought that was a base hit when I left the bat too. But you know, that's good job. But we've been hitting the ball good. And how sweet was it? It was just sweet winning the game, winning the series. Now we have a chance to sweep somebody that's really good. It's like I tell the players, it's rare when you get a chance to sweep anybody in this league. And if you get a chance, don't get happy. Show up, play hard. If you get beat, you get beat. But at least you know you gave it everything you got. And don't change the way you think. Don't be satisfied.
Coach, appreciate your time.
Okay.